Both players of the mulligan to 6. That helps kind of offset the mulligan from burn a little bit. So Tony's going to start with Mountain Swift Spear. Pretty much what you do.
Getcha.
So here's Plains and Mom. That's pretty much what you want to do with Death and Taxes.
Hate Mom.
Looks like he's running BFZ
Maybe
Ring Mountains.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I think they are BFZ. So Chain Lightning, Mom, Swing 2.
Yeah, Mom is one of those. Burn, one of your biggest decision points is what burn gets pointed at creatures and which ones go to the head. Mom almost always.
You have to hit that one. But the rest of them, it's like, so Searing Blaze is a really, 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 really good card in this matchup.
Yeah,
and you want to be able to have a creature in play so that you can Searing Blaze it. Now, Tony just played his 3rd Mountain. As a burn player, I'm hoping, if he has Searing Blaze right now, he's just going to be so far ahead. I don't think he has it, because I would snap it off.
Did we? We don't know if he has it.
We do not have deck lists. So, Eidolon, pass.
Yep. So Eidolon sometimes is a liability in this matchup. If your opponent has a Vial, you almost just don't want to cast Eidolon.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be getting a bunch of free spells, taking no damage off them, and you have to, ding yourself every time you cast something.
That's true, but in this case, Steven does not have a Vial.
Yep.
So he's going to take 2 here. Tony's flooded, but against Thalia, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
That is not the end of the world against Thalia. BPAF, actually, so I've brought Burn to these events before. I actually did pretty well. I was like 1 win outside of the money last time. I was finished 7-4.
It's almost like a meme that Burn is
Or not
bad,
7
but
and 4,
it's not really founded in reality. Burn is a reasonably good deck.
5-2. 5-2.
Yeah, I would say Burn is tier 1.5 in a lot of legacy metagames.
Absolutely.
You punish so many people. These Grixis 4-color Delver, that 4-color control deck, taste price of progress. That's all I gotta say.
In a fair meta with lots of Sultai decks, great choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's one thing is, I am shocked that he's gotten to this. He must have been dodging sneak and show matchups like Neo in the Matrix, because that is a dog. You are such a dog to sneak and show. I mean, he's X1, I think, which means that he probably got paired up against sneak and show once.
I wish we could peek into sideboard, because sideboard decisions are very important with Burn. What you put in the board based on your expected metagame.
I'm thinking he does not have Searing Blaze in his deck, in his main deck, because he's just... Unless he's got another mountain in his hand. Because you would want to keep at least one in your hands that you could Searing Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, these are the pairings? Okay. Or standings. Alright, so Bob Marshall's 1st seed, Ralph Fitzpatrick's 2nd seed. Yeah, those are the guys ID'd last round.
Mm-hmm.
15 pointers down to the 8th place. So Nick DeTizio, Bob Huang, Josh Everly, David Montier, Kevin King, and Jamal Jupiter are all 15 points. Steve DePaul and Billy Kumpf, Billy Buttons are both 13, and there's a bunch of 12-pointers after that. So, if Steven wins this, he's on a win and in, and I think Billy's also on a win and in.
If Tony wins, he might get leapfrog.
Because 2 of these guys got paired with the 16-pointers and can draw in.
Mm-hmm.
And then if those 2 win, that would be 6 spots at 16 points, or these 2 would be at 17. So it'd be 2 17-pointers and 4 16-pointers. And then you would have 2 more spots for 15-pointers, right? Yeah. Or no, because these guys are going to go to 18. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have 2 18-pointers.
2 18s.
That's going to be the top 8.
Yeah.
So the 13-pointers are on a win and in. And then if they lose, like Ryan Davis, Tony Chiesa, Tony is possibly on a win and in here. Tony's on a win and in here, I think.
All right, we got deck lists. You want the burn one? I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'll take the burn one. Tony Cheese says no fetch lands, all 20 mountains. So he's got 2 Swift Spears cracking in here on Recruiter of the Guard. We're taking damage this turn. Oh, he probably took 2 to play that Swift Spear. Steven probably took 2 to play that Stormforge. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That's a thing of beauty. 20 Mountain, 4 Guide, 4 Swift Spear, 4 Eidolon, 4 Chain Lightning, 4 Lightning Bolt, 4 Lava Spike, 4 Flame Rift, 4 Price of Progress, 4 Rift Bolt, 4 Fire Blast.
Yeah, so he's playing the Patrick Sullivan build. He has no fetches, no Grim Lavamancers, main deck Flame Rifts, no Searing Blaze. He is all about face damage. Nothing but.
His sideboard is 1 Sudden Shock, that's good in this matchup. 2 Smash and Smithereens, also good in this matchup. 4 Searing Blood, 2 Searing Blaze.
He
Jeez.
hates creatures.
4 Exquisite Firecraft, 2 Sulfuric Vortex. He can bring in 11 cards in this matchup, and they would all be good.
Yeah.
So Jite on Thalia. That's a swing for 3. 2 counters on Jite. Jite was cast, or no, it was put in... No, sorry, hang on. Jite was put into play? I think Jite was put into play. So that he didn't get the Eidolon trigger.
Yeah, this is a matchup where keeping track of life totals is 80% of the job. Sorry about that. Yeah, so out of the Death and Taxes deck, sideboard options, we have... he has 2 Fairy Macabre, 2 Rest in Peace, 1 Pithing Needle, 2 Path Exile, 2 Containment Priest, 2 Aethersworn Canonist, 2 Council's Judgments, a Palace Jailer, and a Gideon. Not a lot that comes in against Burn, honestly.
I think Burn just drew another mountain.
Wow, that's bad.
Attack for 4. You have no blockers.
See, this is where, the fallacy of deck thinning would really come into play
I
here.
think Steven used a GTA counter to gain 2. Can you type life totals for us?
Christian Port. Looks like his hand is Mirror Crusader, Flicker Wisp, Caracas, and 1 mystery card.
Yeah, Death and Taxes is ahead right now because he has an active GT. I mean, it's as simple as that. He's an active GT with a Thalia in play. Thalia helps, but...
16-10 and Burn Sailor.
Okay. So we were close.
Thanks, man.
So this is equipped to Stoneforge and Swing for 1.
So as far as the matchup goes, it is very, very close. Chite is a powerhouse card.
Put GT onto Thalia so that she can block. That's a strong play.
Yep. It's an efficient use of your mana that doesn't involve taking damage from Eidolon.
Yep. And we'll gain 2, I think. Pass turn.
Yeah, Tony has tons of sideboard cards, and frankly, Steven doesn't have any that are coming in this matchup, from what I see. Path Exile seems actively bad. Aethersworn Canonist probably comes in, but is not excellent. Pithing Needle doesn't hit anything in his list. All these 4 drops, trash. Council Judgment.
Pithing Needle hits Grim Lavamancer, but he doesn't have it, but he may not know that.
No fetches. I think at this point, if you haven't seen a fetch land, you can probably, through intuition, reach the conclusion that he doesn't have Lavamancers. Because they kind of go side by side.
That's a wasteland. It's not doing much here. Protecting him from Price of Progress, basically.
Yeah. Did you get the burrito too? Oh yeah.
Burrito's pretty good. It had like different sizes, like 4, 8, and 10.
Yeah, I just went with the 4s. They were still pretty big.
Well, so if you get GTA first because he could have burned the Stoneforge Mystic before he got a chance to put the Batterskull into play.
And then you have one stuck in your hand.
Yeah, and then you have a Batterskull stuck in your hand. So you get GTA because you can cast it.
If you have
need
Mother
to.
Runes, then you snap get Batterskull because
Yeah.
you're pretty confident that you're winning this game anyway.
And even then, you can be safe and play around it theoretically because they could bolt and step and then untap and bolt to get around Mom.
Burrito.
So here's a Revoker, trigger Eidolon.
Sarpadian Empires Volume 7. There's nothing else to name with this Revoker.
Gain 2. Here we see the power of Umezawa's GT. This is why this card got banned in Standard. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
No.
That's why it dominated
It's
Standard.
banned in Modern.
That's why a card got banned in Modern, yeah. There you go. That's what I meant to say.
It actually never got a chance to be played in Modern. I think it just got banned from the get-go.
Yeah, it was never legal. Here's a Goblin Guide. Take 2. Attack with team.
Eidolon check. Oh, this looks so bad.
Now he could have just a flurry of burn here. But
If
the
perhaps,
GT
yeah.
is puts Steven at effectively 18.
Mm-hmm.
So can he deal 18? I don't know. That being said, it's a lot easier to deal with a Stoneforge carrying a GT than a Thalia carrying a GT, because Thalia is the 2/1 first striker. Oh, I get a port. Okay, cool.
Oh, it's the Goblin Guy trigger.
Cannot miss that.
Yeah, don't want to miss that. All right.
First striker with GT. Nobody's on high tide. Nobody is on high tide.
Yeah, no, most people chose to play good decks today. I'm not one of those.
So 3 to you trades. Swift Spirit bounces off a Stoneforge. Take Steve to 9.
He chose not
This
to pump.
is-
That's interesting. I
this
probably
is,
would have pumped.
He's rather would gain the life. He's got 4 counters on GT. He's in a good spot.
Yeah, it's kind of.
He's in pretty commanding position right now. Yeah. Now, for Burn, this is a really bad spot to be in, but that being said, he's not under an obligation to scoop here. The deck plays so fast, he's not really worried about time. You just make him kill me.
Vortexes?
No, he doesn't have any vortexes. He doesn't have... in the sideboard, yeah.
Yeah, not really.
No, right now, he does not have any. I just got Burn.
Yep. So this game is going to go on for a lot longer, but I really don't think it's going to change.
It's not looking good for Tony right now. So move attack with Stoneforge with GT. Move GT over to Thalia. Juggling the GT. Right. So he's not under an obligation to scoop, and that's so he can get information about what's in Steven's deck. He might see this Palace Jailer. Yeah, he can just kill me. I'll make you kill me. I'm fine with that.
Clearly, he's left me in coverage longer.
Yeah.
The Chain Lightning that he drew. There's a land.
So many lands.
That's really been the story of this game.
Yeah, he got flooded early and never really drew out of it.
And that's going to do. He's had enough. All right. Mercy. So Stephen Dupal's going to take game 1 here over Burn. Not terribly surprising. This matchup is kind of tough for Burn. For Tony's list especially, matchup's kind of tough in game 1. Swift Spear gets blocked pretty effectively. He doesn't have anything like Skullcrack or Sulfuric Vortex main deck to stop the life gain.
Also, not having the Lavamancer means that...
Right, not having a Lavamancer. It's just, very pure Burn list, but we see kind of the downside of that is he doesn't have any of the flexibility to play around these fair creatures.
Yep.
But, as we mentioned earlier, looking at his sideboard, he's got 11 cards he can bring in this matchup. He's got 1 Sudden Shock, 2 Smash to Smithereens, 4 Searing Blood, 2 Searing Blaze, 4 Exquisite Firecraft, and 2 Sulfuric Vortex.
So everything but the Firecraft, just jam it.
Yeah, everything but the Firecraft. Firecraft is not that great in this matchup. It's actually pretty bad in this matchup, but everything else, totally reasonable to bring in. So I could see legitimately him bringing in all of those spells. Now, I think you take out Flame Rift. It doesn't hit creatures, and it's meant for the combo matchups.
Yeah, and they're sometimes able to race you, so doing 4 damage to yourself is a liability.
So Flame Rift seems pretty bad. I'm not a
After
fan
that,
of Price of Progress.
Yeah, well...
Because they have non-basics, but they will tend to play around Price of Progress a little
certainly,
bit.
Yeah.
So at most it's going to be 2-4 damage maybe, and that's good, but when you have the sideboard that's as stacked as Tony's is against
you
this
need
deck,
to take something out.
something's got to come out.
And Press Progress, I think, is worse than average. And then
And again,
there,
it doesn't hit creatures.
Mhm.
And then from there, if you're looking at that, you could also go into Lava Spike, because again, doesn't hit creatures. So if you look at it from that perspective, all right, none of these burn spells hit creatures. I want all of my burn to be able to hit creatures or do something else that's broken like Sulfuric Vortex.
The other consideration is taking out Eidolon, like we talked about earlier.
Yes.
I think it is. It's an asymmetrical effect it is a symmetrical effect that does not benefit you. Their likely to have Vial. They have lots of things to do with their mana that don't involve casting spells, and it can come down to a race, and Eidolon could be a liability there.
They can race you. They can interact with it. They can block it.
Uh-huh.
That one I would also
Rather
see.
just blast them in the face.
I might leave. So if I take out, I might leave one Price of Progress in.
Yeah.
And then so
You
it,
need to cut
it doesn't
11,
hit you. So that one's the only non-symmetrical one. So you cut Flame Rift and Eidolon, cut the symmetrical effects that aren't in your favor in this matchup, and then you cut the prices because they're not as efficient.
Yeah, just not as efficient as some of the other burn that we see.
And you leave the Lava Spikes in. It helps you race them. You're going first in game 2.
It's efficient, good with Swift Spear.
Yeah.
Because it's just 1 mana.
So I think that I'm with you. I think take out the Eidolons, take out the Flame Rifts, take out 3 Price of Progress, and bring in the board.
Bring in everything but
the entire
Firecraft.
sideboard.
All right, so from the Death of Texas side, I have, as we said earlier, 2 Fairy Macabre, 2 Rest in Peace, a Pithing Needle, 2 Path Exile, 2 Containment Priests, 2 Aethersworn Canonist, 2 Council's Judgments, a Palace Jailer, and a Gideon Ally of Zendikar. And it does not look like we have much to bring in here. I don't like Path because he's shown you he has more than enough basic mountains to go around. And your plows main deck are just better. You can plow your own guy to gain life if necessary. All the Grave Hate is useless. The Needle is useless. There's not a single thing that it hits.
Yeah.
The Containment Priests are just two mana bears. Aethersworn Canonist is playable. So if he wants to bring something in, that card is
It's
okay.
playable. If he's got dead cards, he can take them out.
Yeah.
But, so, Containment Priest, I think, comes in. And the reason why, it's an Ambush Viper.
Yeah.
And literally no other reason. I can trade with a Goblin guy.
Yeah, bait him into swinging into it. Aye. So what do we think? Is there anything
I think he will bring in Pithing Needle. Because I think he will be bringing it in to stop Lavamancers.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the deck list.
information
So
we
he
have.
doesn't know that Tony does not have Grim Lavamancers.
But if you were sitting in his place and you saw not a single fetch land from your opponent and you saw 6 basic mountains, I think that gives you some information about the presence or absence of Grim
True. True.
Yeah, cards he might want to bring out. Revoker is trash. Doesn't do anything in this matchup. The rest of his cards seem pretty good, though. It's a relatively stock D&T list. He has 2 Recruiters, 2 Sanctum Prelates, 1 Mirren Crusader, and 1 Sarah Avenger in his flex slots. All of which seem
fine.
Just fine. Recruiter is a little bit on the slow side. It's not as high impact as some of your other 3 drops, for instance. So
yes,
if you just wanted to upgrade maybe the Recruiters as clunky 1 mana or 1/1s for 3.
Kyle points out Council Judgment comes in because he expects Sulfuric Vortex.
True, yeah. He didn't see any in game 1, but that's got to be on your mind as a Death and Taxes
Oh,
player.
it's definitely in the sideboard, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't play any of my burn list. That's because I play Skullcracks.
Yeah, Skullcrack.
And I know that that's weird. I don't need your guys' judgment. Okay, it's worked for me.
You need the
Just leave it
Council's
at that.
judgment, though.
And now you can get out. No, so yeah, you expected. Okay, and we were off to game 2, and I just realized that we were already here. So, we did not take out the Flame Rifts.
He's taking 1.
Yeah. So,
one
Steve
from the
takes
first
1,
swing.
and then he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he takes 2 from Swift Spear. So Tony's at 16. Steve's already at 13 on turn 2. That is a good start from Burn. I mean, when you're on the play with Burn, you're in a good spot. It looks like he kept his. I'm guessing he kept his 7 because they started this game so quickly.
Oh, Steven's got a Horizon Canopy in his hand. That's
That's a feel bad.
Can't afford that one. Yeah, so keeping in the Flame Rifts.
Ooh, Goblin guy. He must. I know what he drew this turn.
Yep.
Trigger. Revoker. Take 3.
Keeping in Flame Rifts seems very suspect. I think I would cut that
yeah.
before anything else. So
I'm not a fan of that.
Maybe
but
he didn't bring in as many cyber.
You know what?
As we thought.
He's the one who's X1 with Burn right now,
That's
so
true. He knows what's up.
And bolt you for 1, 2, 3, and prowess trigger. I'm guessing.
Yep.
Oh wait, hang on. So that's gonna be.
Are we pathing before damage?
Yeah.
So he did bring in the paths. Interesting.
I'm okay with that.
But Burn getting extra lands just means they kill you quicker.
Yeah.
They don't want to
It
draw lands.
doesn't interact well with Fire Blast.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. But sometimes you really need to path like a Goblin Guide on turn 1. It doesn't feel great, but it's better than taking 15 damage from one
Fair
Goblin
enough.
Guide. All right, so he's got Violent Mom at end step, so he's got a Mom. He's got an active Mother of Runes. That's gonna really help him out.
Thalia in hand, Rising Canopy, Stoneforge Mystic, Wasteland.
Why isn't the burn deck running Heated Sugu?
Are you talking about the
Heated
creature or
Sugu's second,
the
right?
Yeah. His right is what he's known for. Unfortunately, he just blew past the 10 life point mark. Went straight to 8.
He played himself.
Yeah.
He played himself.
Oh no! Well, that's why you run Grove of the Birdwell, is to gain him back up to 10.
All right, so
So Thalia and Mom have safely guarded the ground. We're just hoping that Tony has enough lethal burn in his hand through the Thalia.
this is where yeah.
Land Blast Blast is pretty good if he had it.
There's nothing good in hand, but he's got Mom and Thalia in play. Land Blast Blast. Yeah, Land Blast Blast would do it. Suspend Rift Bolt.
The old
It's a good one.
suspender.
Like that one. I think it's a Goblin Guide in hand. Yep. So
He can push through.
pass. Flash in Stoneforge. That's a bad look.
And we know that Steven has the 4th land in hand to play an equipped GT.
So yeah. What is he doing? Why is he stacking his deck like that?
Some people do that. There's the way the rule is worded is that as long as you randomize your deck thoroughly afterwards, changing the order doesn't matter. But I agree that it's
That's
various at
something.
best.
So that's something I've talked about to people. But we had this discussion on Reddit before. I would never do that, and the reason why is if it's sufficiently randomized, it won't
didn't
matter.
Exactly.
And if it wasn't sufficiently randomized, you run the risk of getting banned for cheating.
Yeah, exactly. It's either you're stacking your deck or doing nothing.
Right. So it's all risk and no reward.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, well, your only reward is you successfully cheated and stacked your deck.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying
Well-
Steve is a cheater. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, it's just
I'm just saying it's the look. I
It's
don't
a
I don't want to run that risk at all.
yeah. It just looks suspicious. No, GTA is better here because he gets to play it with this. Oh, he can't. Oh, he tried to cast it.
Oh, he tried to cast it with GT.
No.
That's a mistake. Go get a judge.
Yeah. Oh, I think they're. No. Yeah. So what he needed to do was
Future match. Yeah, get a judge.
just tell him
the
to
match.
stop the match. Yeah. So what he needed to do was activate the
Stoneforge to put it in.
to put in the GT and then swing.
He announced it as a spell, so we'll let the head judge decide how to handle this situation.
Are we stopping the match? Or we might not
Yeah,
get there.
Edwin just got there.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so since he had announced the cost of the spell, he can't rewind it. I think he's locked into just casting the GT, which is a
Yeah. Unless
savage
as long
loss
if he can pay the extra cost, I think he's locked into blocking, into paying for it.
into casting it and then not doing anything.
Right.
with it.
So it'd actually be better if he couldn't pay the cost.
Yeah. Ouch.
What's up?
So Steven has Thalia in play and hardcast GT and paid 2 mana for GT.
When do you do that?
Just now. And then he declared an attack.
He equipped it and moved to combat.
Gotcha.
So, yep.
Now he just tapped the Stoneforge, but that's not what he did beforehand. Yeah, I think so. I think Steven just missed it. He's like, "Oh, I want to block." With
Yeah,
the
that's
Stoneforge."
an easy mistake
Yeah.
to make. Absolutely an easy mistake to make.
Yeah. So, at a casual event, this is the kind of thing where I'm like, "Oh, you clearly meant to do."
He activated Stoneforge Mystic and then equipped.
Oh, he just didn't tap his Stoneforge.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So we resolved that issue. All right.
All right. So apparently, verbally, he said Stoneforge put in the GT or something along those lines, but we didn't see it on the stream because we see an untapped Stoneforge and no
Yeah.
gesture.
And we don't have a table mic, so we see an untapped Stoneforge and a GT coming into play, so we thought there might have been a mistake there. But it looks like we're okay.
All right, so he's probably gained 4 right here.
Yeah, I believe he's gained 4. So he first strike down 1 Goblin Guide. Oh, he probably gained 2, and he probably pumped from first strike. First strike, remove a counter pumper. She
keep it
takes
alive,
2, and then gain 2 life.
Wise.
Yeah, cheating is a very strong word to use.
Mm-hmm.
Cheating requires intent in Magic.
Right.
Yeah, not having a table mic does kind of leave us in the dark. We're just
Right, but it's up to the head
observers.
judge to kind of
Yeah.
judge intent. And so if you reordered cards in your deck, and then they judge that you did not sufficiently randomize them, that could be considered. Some head judges might consider that intent.
I think
and so that's the risk.
The
you're
GT
running.
play. This guy called it the GT play cheating, but I don't think he.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what- that's what I meant.
I think there's no
Regards to-
intent there. I thought he tried to cast it and let. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking was that he wanted Stoneforge as a blocker, but
So okay, what did we miss here? I think we missed a Fire Blast and a Rift Bolt. So
Ripple came off suspend and he cast Fire Blast. Yeah. So that's very interesting. So why did he Fire Blast? Why didn't he Fire Blast the Thalia in response to Equip? Make his opponent waste his whole turn.
I don't know. Yeah. Did he have the mana up for that?
Yeah, he had 1 mana open
Hmm.
to pay for the Thalia in Sack 2. Maybe it just wasn't on his mind. He's just hoping to draw well.
Yeah.
See, because this way now your opponent's gaining 4 life a turn, and you're
Oh.
not close to winning this game. If you had Fire Blasted the Thalia in response, then
There we go.
they're stuck where they were. They're not gaining any life that turn. You've basically time walked them, and then you can potentially draw it out.
I'm gonna crack Canopy here to draw a card.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Kyle points out that the opponent has Mother Runes. So Fire Blast
yeah.
the face is pretty much all you can do.
Yep.
Oh, look at Sanctum. On 1.
Yep.
Great.
I think Steven has pretty much established control here. One mountain and 1 goblin guide
Against the world.
and reverie.
Tap my mountain. Suspend Rift Bolt. Yeah, this is... Death and Taxes drew exactly what he needed. He got Aether Vial turn 1. He was able to get Mom out, followed by Thalia, followed by Stoneforge into GT, equip GT, and then after that, it's just the board is stabilized. Yeah.
Yep. That turn where he got to put the GT in and equipped it is where it went away.
This is one of the places where...
Saying something? Oh.
So, as a burn player, I do not play Monastery Swiftspear, and this is one of the reasons why. In the matchups like this, they're better able to interact with creatures, and so the fewer creatures you play. Now, I mean, of course, it makes you a little bit more vulnerable to Thalia, but I'm denser on burn spells, and I can theoretically answer cards like that.
And Thalia, while it makes your burn spells cost more, it actually just shuts off a lot of your creatures because they can't swing into it. You know.
Yep.
All your 2 toughness guys.
Right. So you have a Monastery Swiftspear. Okay, if I pay 2 and cast this spell, yeah, I can bounce up my Swiftspear off of Thalia, like, or I guess it would be able to attack into a
Swiss
Thalia.
Spear is
but-
good against Thalia, but the rest of your creatures aren't.
Right.
So-
Rest of your creatures are just bad against Thalia.
There's actually some guy who was here earlier playing Volcanic Fallout with Swiss Beer.
Yeah, that was my buddy Andre.
Yeah.
Had he played against you? Yeah. He had volcanic fallouts in his burn.
Yeah,
board.
it's
an
sweet.
uncounterable player burn against the counterbalance decks, and it's very good against tokens, good against mentor.
Yep. Good against Delver decks
Yep.
because you can wipe their table and they can't counter it.
I mean, having 1 mountain, you're
That's
not
gonna
gonna
do
cast it through a Thalia.
Then she's going to extend the hand. Stephen DePaul is, I believe,
On to
into the top 8.
So Death and Taxes fans, you got 1.
No fine match.
2-0 win over Tony Chiesa on burn, and I think, unfortunately for Tony, that is going to be the end of his day.
Is there a specific match you wanted?
We have about 20 minutes left.
Whatever the highest table is that is available to go onto the stream. So
Sounds good. Can I take a look
Yep.
at the standings?
thank you. No, these are standings.
That's my cheat sheet of everybody's deck list.
Oh, gotcha. Ben Harris
Alright.
is on
So
Belcher. How many Belcher decks are in the top? Jeez.
Bob Marshall probably drew with Bob Wang.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bob Marshall and Bob Wang probably drew.
Yeah.
Ralph Fitzpatrick and Nick DeTizio probably drew. 15 and 16. So these
Yeah.
guys go up to 16 points. They're locked. So we're pretty much looking for the 15-15 matches. Jamal Jupiter and Kevin King. One of those is going to win and go into top 8. Who else we got here? Is that the only person here?
Billy's matched up against Ryan Davis, but Billy's playing Blue Lands. Ryan Davis is playing Sneak and Show. It's a bad matchup for Billy. So,
Well, if he gets Walking Ballista for 15 to kill him, then. What if he had Ballista Basilisk collar? He doesn't have it, but that would be so cool.
So apparently, the stream is paying attention. Tony only took out 4 cards when he deboarded. Apparently, he only brought in 4 cards in the matchup. And as I was saying, he's got 11 live cards in the matchup, and he kept in the Flame Rift, and we saw that didn't really work for him, even though he got it exactly when you want to get it.
And when I look at that sideboard, I think if you aren't bringing in these cards against Death and Taxes, what are they for? You know, like Searing Blaze, Searing Blood, those are very good in creature-based matchups.
Right.
You know,
those all need to be in there. How would you not bring at least those 6 in? Mm-hmm. Sudden Shock is another amazing one because it answers Mom.
Yeah, Smash the Smithereens. I'm gonna lose your
Smash the Smithereens hits all your equipment. Like, what did he bring? I want to know what he brought in that he thought Flame Rift was better. What he left in the sideboard that he thought Flame Rift was better.
Like I said, I don't want to.
I'm not casting judgment. I'm just curious.
Exactly. I don't want to criticize because he knows what he's doing. He got this far, and honestly,
Right.
that was a top 8 run with Burn, a pretty underrated deck in Legacy. But yeah, I agree that the sideboard decisions could probably.
And you
be
don't
revisited.
pronounce Jite. I usually say Jite.
It's pronounced Jit.
Jitai.
Jit.
No, it's Jite because it's a Japanese word.
Jit.
If you look at the card in Japanese,
It's just
because
two-
syllabic
yeah.
spelling in Japanese, it's Jite.
Yep.